can't I hear from God? That's something I ask myself a lot. Is it the distractions all around me? Or maybe I'm afraid of what he's gonna say, so I tune his voice out. I feel like a lot of us are afraid of what he's gonna say and tell us to do. Take me for instance. I battle with the shame of something for a very long time, and I've always asked God to forgive me, and I've tried to put in the work to fix it. But over time, I kept falling back into the very thing I was ashamed of. On January 29th, 2023, I decided I no longer wanted to carry that shame anymore. I was honest with God and told him I truly wanted to change and was willing to give up trying to do it alone. I knew the first step was acknowledgement. Saying it out loud to someone made it more real, and it did. Even in my head, all the shame I felt, I never said it out loud, even alone. But I knew God wanted me to speak my truth and free myself from the hold the devil had on me. I decided that following Tuesday, I was gonna share my truth with my collective group. As I began to talk, all I felt was fear, and my heart was beating so fast. But deep down, I knew this conversation needed to happen, and I was going to be okay afterward. But it still didn't take that feeling away. After I told my truth, I felt so free, and my family group reassured me that I was not alone and that they were very proud of me of taking that first step, the first step of many. So it would be J-A-L-I-Y-A-H. Jalea. So now, how do you spell?
That's okay, not
Yeah, because we don't have an extra A, but you know there's an A. So how do you spell your last name? The first 3 days of every month, I decided to do a fast from social media and secular music. The purpose of this fast is to get rid of the distractions that hold my attention throughout my days. Also, to build a habit of taking time out of my day to truly spend time with God and sit in His presence. I want to be intentional with my relationship with God. He's the source of my strength, and sometimes I feel like I know nothing about Him. I was watching one of Priscilla Shear's video, and she talked about the 5 P's of Bible study. One of them was positioning yourself to hear from God. She talked about the power of your position and posturing your heart in expectation.
But when you make that commitment to posture yourself, to position yourself, I mean that in a spiritual way, meaning the position of your heart has to be in a perspective and a frame of reference that is eager to hear and expects to hear the voice of God speaking to you. It's A.W. Tozier, a great theologian, that put it this way: the person that does not expect to hear God won't. Because every single time God speaks, they'll just discount it as their own idea. They'll think that it was just a coincidence. They will attribute it to anything and anybody else except what it is: God's breathed word coming to life through the power of the Holy Spirit to speak to you, to give you guidance and direction in your own personal life. And so you have to have a heart, I have to have a heart that is filled with expectation that I am one of the sheep of God's fold, and I can hear the voice of God.
Good morning. On our way to the park. I decided to go there to spend some time with God, some quiet time with God. Right now I've been driving in silence because in my Bible study group we talked about just sitting in the presence of God and just being silent. And that's definitely something that I need to work on, and to just sometimes clear my mind Sometimes I could be thinking about so many things at one time. Walk with God. Usually when I go on walks, they're usually like my peaceful time. It's my time to like get away and usually I'll listen to like a podcast while I'm walking. I didn't bring any headphones. Last night I made a decision to be open and vulnerable with my group, talk about some of the things that I'm dealing with internally that I feel like the devil had a hold on me. I truly want to heal. I feel like God was like, that's your first step, acknowledging that you have a problem and being open about it and talking about it. And it was just so freeing. In the moment I was scared and I was nervous and my heart was beating, but it felt like it was something I know I needed to do and I knew I would overcome. I'm excited for this new journey, and today is the first day of the fast, and what I'm fasting from is no social media, and I'm doing it to grow closer to God and also to get rid of some of the distractions, because when I look on my phone and I see my screen time, I see what has my attention throughout the day, throughout the week. It's okay to eliminate those things. Luckily, I'm always willing to grow and evolve, and I understand with that God is going to give me challenges. Good morning. It's currently 7:44 on Thursday. This is day 2 of the fast. Yesterday was great. Just how the day started, I went to the park and talked to God, and it was just different. I was by the water and just outside with nature and just having a conversation with him. It was great. I haven't been on social media, which is good. I haven't even had the urge to want to check. I finished reading my book, read that in 3 days, finished it yesterday, about to start the other one today.
Here we go, baby. Back to where here we go, baby. Back to where we started out.